Well, good afternoon, agents. So it's been a while since I did a build video, and this one I'm calling Tactical Predator. Now, I know most people are running around the Dark Zone with Predator Banshee, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is something a little bit different. Let's get into it. Alright, start with my MP5 here. 21.5% crit chance, not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Deadly, responsive, and competent. Mag size with crit chance and crit damage. Again, I've said this many times, I don't trade off crit chance or crit damage just for an extra 50 RPM. I don't find it worthwhile. Scope, crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance. Could be slightly better, but not much better than that. Loud vent break, crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance. Also could be slightly better on crit chance and headshot damage, but again, 0.5% each way. Not a huge amount. And the grip, crit damage, reload speed, and optimal range. I have one that has 5% reload speed, and even though it gives me a little bit more DPS, I lose 1% on crit damage, so I'm sticking with this. My secondary weapon is a LVOAC, 23% MA armor damage is maxed. Adept, deadly, competent. I have other lightweight M4s I use as well. I've been playing around with this one a little bit. The reason I like Adept on this is because there is no inherent crit chance on an LVOAC or a lightweight M4, so you want to spec for some crit chance. It's already got ME armor damage, and then put everything else into crit damage. Extended magazine again with crit chance and crit damage. Scope, this time crit chance, because again, like I said, there's not much crit chance here, so headshot damage and crit damage. Suppressor, crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance, all that good stuff. And then, although I know stats give you more damage if you have crit damage on the grip, I have stability here, and simply because the LVOACs and the lightweight M4s are very hard to handle. They have a ton of recoil, and in my opinion, having super high damage is great, but if you're not hitting your target, and I miss my target a lot without some stability, kind of defeats the purpose. Obviously, I'm running a Ninja Bike backpack, so I guess I'll go to that first. Pretty much maxed out on firearms, okay armor, crit damage is okay. I would rather have health on this, but it is what it is. And electronics with skill haste, and first aid self-heal, obviously. Chest piece is Predators. This is my weak spot on this build, and I have been looking for one that's rolled to firearms. I have yet to find one that has skill haste and health on it, and ammo capacity that I could roll to firearms. Armor's almost maxed out. Not that armor's all that important right now. All 4 bonuses, obviously, because of the Ninja Bike, and 2 firearms with skill haste. Mask, crit chance. I like crit chance on this. I have a lot of skill power already because of my mods and so forth, so I'm good that way. And electronics with skill haste. I'm going to show you why in a minute, guys. Knee pads. Health rolled on them, I think is mandatory. Rolled to firearms. And again, I've got firearms mod with skill haste. Tactician's holster. I could roll skill haste on this, but I'll show you why it's not necessary. It's max rolled almost for electronics, got health on it. And again, first aid self-heal. And Tactician's gloves. Remember, this gives me 3-piece Tactician, 4-piece Predator. SMG damage, skill haste, crit damage. The reason I rolled skill or crit chance off for skill haste is because I already have a ton of crit chance with my MP5, and I get crit chance with my pulse, or if I'm not pulsing, someone in my group will be pulsing. Let's go to my character sheet. Firearms isn't overwhelming, quite honestly. Now that would be a lot better if I had a better chest piece. Until I get that, this is the way it is. Look at the crit chance and crit damage though. I'm pulsing for, I think, around 14%, so at least 50% crit chance generally. Really high crit damage. And skill haste, 48%. 48% skill haste is amazing. I can heal myself every 15 or 16 seconds, and I'll show you that in a second. And health is okay, 207,000. It's about average. Everyone's sitting around 300,000 toughness. I don't get too wrapped up in that. Until they do something with stamina, don't spec into it. So go to my pulse, you can see my cooldown is 17 seconds. Now that actually gets reduced with my talents. The reason I use this pulse is if you look at tactical scanner, you'll see the cooldown is 10 seconds almost longer. And you can use that. I'm not saying I can't. Talents do reduce it a little bit. I play around with it back and forth, but again, if I'm not the highest skill power in the group, I don't run pulse anyway. I'll switch off to Seeker Mines to apply bleed because of my other talents. Booster shot cooldown is 23 seconds, 24 seconds, but again, that gets reduced. And I should have that on for now. Go to my talents. Critical save. Shrapnel. Shrapnel works great for NPCs. Don't think it applies to PvP, but that's okay. You still got to deal with the NPCs in the Dark Zone. Strike back. Again, there's my 20% reduced, skill cooldowns. I hit low health quite often. And then on the move, I've still said this is mandatory pretty much all the time. It really is quite a good build. It's a lot of fun to play with. Like I said, my stamina is way too high. Unfortunately, that chest piece is just something that's eluding me right now. And I know a lot of you want to see some gameplay, so I'm going to run in the Dark Zone, take out some NPCs. I'll take out a player if I run into them. And we'll see how it works.